What up, world? It's a great day to be a truck driver. So, Rich.
So real.
Today, you want to say hi?
Hi, Ryan.
Today, you got your phone call. You've now been on the truck for 30 days.
30 days.
3-0.
From my upgrade.
Now you're an independent trucker.
Sure.
Well, it's not a
Right.
first seat driver is what the industry standard is. Anyway, so what are your thoughts so far?
I mean, it's been pretty cool. You know, we've successfully gone coast to coast, pretty much.
More than once.
Let's see, we've been to Jersey.
Yeah.
And that was the furthest east.
Yep.
And then we've gone all the way to California, and I think we spent the most time in California and Texas.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because that Midwest type run, or that run,
that is beautiful, man.
Straight, it's pretty, it's straight, so you rack up your mileage.
I'm also not gonna lie. When the last time we went to Colorado was the first time I've ever been in Utah during the day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how beautiful Utah was, man. That was fantastic.
It's unique.
It is unique.
High winds are, I've learned that, I experienced winds with my mentor, and they weren't,
those are winds coming through the valley.
Yeah.
This was
ridiculous.
Good.
I'm talking, there was one day I was in the right lane. I was only going about 55, 60 because I knew the winds were high. And
we had weight.
Yeah, and we had weight. There was just a sudden gust out of nowhere. It pushed the truck all the way into the left lane. Thank God nobody else was there, because even with me like having a quarter turn on the wheel, it still pushed me that far. That's been crazy. But overall, I've definitely enjoyed this. It's been a lot of fun. I don't think there hasn't been, anything too bad.
No real surprises.
Nothing, no real big surprises. Waiting around. So my mentor experience was a little different because my mentor had a dedicated route.
Right.
So he ran from Ohio to typically the same places. It wasn't an A-B, it was like an A through E. He went to pretty much the same places. So at the end of my 3 weeks with him, because we were down for a week, I was familiar with the routes and stuff. And since I've been on here these past 30 days, while we have made similar routes, Dallas to California, or Texas to California, so you're going the same way, it's been a lot different. There's been a lot more variance. There's been a few days where we've had to sit and wait, and I wasn't anticipating that. So, I mean, it hasn't been a problem per se. It's just been, we expected to be constantly moving, and now we're sitting for 8+ hours because we just had to wait on a shipper or receiver.
Yeah, and a lot of that is also...
That's just the nature.
Well, a lot of that was also the beginning of our time.
Right, yeah.
So they had to get used to the way we ran, so then they could start giving us a better run.
Yeah. So, I mean, the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, we've pretty much non-stop. I think the most we've really stopped for is, 3-4 hours.
Right.
And then last night we stopped for 6 because we're running recaps right now. But,
so you can only drive so much in a day.
Right.
When you're running recaps. So, what has been the biggest surprise to you?
The job as a whole, or just since I've been here on the truck with you?
Let's do the job as a whole first.
So, the biggest surprise to me on the job as a whole, for me personally, is honestly, it's the money. because I'm not used to having
that
money.
kind of money.
Like, not to knock on my prior job, but I mean, I spent 14 years in the same company, and what I'm being out here, I'm making over double, like 2.5 to almost 3 times what I was making there. So like just that to me is really weird. Getting paid weekly is a totally different animal. Like getting paid weekly now, what I used to make in 2.5 weeks before. So now it's just like, wow, now I can, we can afford, anytime we have been able to stop, we've been able to do things, and like afford it.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of movies.
So we've seen a couple of movies. We've gone out to eat.
Yeah.
Like, with the exception of truck stops, I don't really. That's not going out to eat.
No, but like we had a steak dinner last night.
Yeah, we had steak dinner. I haven't had steak in
God, it was so
months,
good too,
and it was phenomenal. So that's been a really big surprise and adjustment for me, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like just the day-to-day, nothing's really surprised me, really. Like,
you know what surprised me?
What?
When I was like, even though you get trained and you learn, getting used to the length of the trailer as like you're backing and turning and like that. I don't know why that surprised me, because when you're in training, they train you to do all that, but for some reason it just never clicked until you had to do it on your own.
So I think with our school, because we went to the same school, typically they use, for a lot of your backing maneuvers, they'll use a shorter trailer.
Sure.
Because they, shorter trailer, it moves a lot more versus these longer ones. So my thing with the trailer experience, it didn't really surprise me. It was just kind of learning my reference points, and like getting used to that has been a little bit of a challenge for me. Like, do I have enough room to make this? Am I going to clear it even though it looks like I'm going to touch that trailer on my left side?
Right.
Like that kind of stuff. And then just setting up your angles and different shippers, So it wasn't so much a surprise as a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
So, what about being on the truck with me? What has surprised you?
Nothing really.
No.
Like, I feel like we've clicked pretty well. You versus like like with my mentor, obviously, like you've helped me out in spots that I was looking at things, and like you're like, you didn't just jump right in.
Right.
So like it didn't really surprise me, but it was like different.
Sure.
Because you were, obviously I need to learn how to do this myself. There are times when you're going to be asleep, so I should be able to do it. You shouldn't have to be awake while I, back into a dock or whatever it is that I may be doing.
Right.
So like that was different, and I mean, I guess you could say it was kind of a surprise, because with my mentor, I've heard horror stories about some mentors that do exactly what you did, like after their first couple of days.
Just go lay down.
Yeah, they're just like, whatever. But my mentor, like, anytime I was in a yard or anything, like, he was up front with me, so...
Yeah. That's what my mentor was, actually.
So, like, that was... I guess that was kind of a surprise. It was different and a little bit of adjustment. But, I mean, it wasn't bad in any way,
So what's been the biggest con in the biggest low, I guess? The lowest of lows in the last 30 days?
I think the toughest thing for me is just being... So, for 20 years, I've lived in Florida, in the same town, and pretty much the same house. Like, there was a brief period where I was, probably about 2.5, 3 years where I wasn't living in the same house, and so the lack of familiarity, and fortunately we were so close and we've known each other so long, so there's a little bit of alleviation from that. But being away from a lot of friends and like just personal life adjustments that I had to make and stuff. But like friends that I was used to seeing like every day, every other day, stuff like that, like kind of got me a little low. Like this last like week and a half, you know.
Sure.
Combined with us running nonstop and just the fatigue of being out here, like that same thing. Like life doesn't stop, so your friends and family back home, you know, that it's gonna keep rolling for them. You're out here on the road, and it's like day by day, things could run together for you out here on the road, and then something could have happened back home, or situations change, or you know, whatever, and you're not there for any of that. So like, a big thing for me is like my son has noticeably gotten a lot smarter. He's much more of a personality and stuff, and I've missed out on a lot of that in the past 2 months, and it's only 2 months, but like it's crazy because like I'll video chat with him every couple days at the most usually, and it's just crazy to see that shift from the last time that I was home, because he was talking and stuff before, but now he'll have like his own ideas and opinions that he's forming and stuff, and like, so that was kind of crazy. And I mean, same thing with you though. Like your youngest daughter, you know, she's a trip.
Yeah. That's probably, to me, I think that's the hardest part to get past. You know, I was in the military, so I have a bit of an advantage to this. But
yeah, being away from friends and like local family from where we grew up.
Right.
And even then, after the military, you guys moved a little bit further south.
Right.
It's not like you're prohibitively far away or like deployed like before, but you're still not there every day.
Right. But like me being away from my family, so I understand it, but it still doesn't make it any easier. You just cope with it a little bit better, you know. So being able to understand that their life continues without you, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's kind of scary.
It does.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it almost makes you insignificant, and you're like, well, then, I mean, what's my purpose now? You know?
Right.
So it makes it, I mean, super difficult. I'm not gonna lie. But hopefully this will be a temporary thing. We won't be doing this for too much longer, right?
I mean, that's kind of, you know.
So other than the money, what's been the best part of?
I mean, seeing the country, like, really has been awesome. It really has. Like I said, you know, coast to coast, you know, seeing different things, seeing different climates, different terrains, different things. Like, so growing up in Florida, you got swampland, and you got, you know,
farmland, and the beach.
Which, well, yeah. So you got the swamp, the beach, farms, and then you got Orlando and the touristy areas.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
that's about it.
That's about what you got in Florida.
And everything's flat and straight.
Right. You know,
everything flat and straight.
So being out here, you know, you see totally different terrains. You know, with my mentor, I went through the Kentucky mountains multiple times. You know, down through Tennessee, Mississippi, and then we've been, you know, coast to coast. We've been through Texas, seeing oil fields out there. Like, I'd never seen that before in my life. You know, driving in the middle of the night, and you look out, and there's a giant spout of flames shooting out of the ground. You know, well, that's not something you ever see in Florida ever. You'll see a giant bonfire, you know, out in the country, but not like that. Going to California, seeing like cresting a hill and just seeing a sea of lights.
Yeah.
Like, is totally different. I mean, I lived in upstate New York, so it's not like mountains and mountainous terrain was foreign to me, but this was just totally different. I was much younger then, for one, So I never drove through it then. I've driven through it since, like a handful of times. But doing it now, much older, and consistently doing it, and like being out here and doing that all the time has been pretty awesome. Seeing like different things. I enjoy playing poker. We had to do a reset in California, and there was a poker room right around the corner from where we were dropping and picking up the next day. So I got to play in a poker tournament on the other side of the country, which was really cool.
I think that's been my favorite part of you being on the truck is now that I've got a bit more expendable income and we enjoy a lot of the same things, we do now get to go and watch a movie from time to time or go out to dinner.
That was another thing. We've been out to see 2 movies, and the first one was my first in-theater dining experience, and the one that we went to last night was coincidentally another one.
Yeah, we didn't realize it was actually a dine-in theater when we went.
And it was actually really cool. Like,
it was very nice.
But that whole aspect, and then obviously we have plans to go snowboarding, which is something you're really, really passionate about.
If we can get back up there.
If we can get back up there. So, just things like that, like having the opportunity to go out here and do this stuff. I mean, it's really cool, but it doesn't necessarily fill that gap of being away from your friends and family and stuff. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to it. I think, in my opinion, they kind of balance out.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that nowadays is technology, being able to communicate.
Sure.
Because, like, the cell phones and stuff have been around for a while, but, like, video chatting with my son, like, you with the girls, and, like, just everybody else. Like, I'm in a group chat with a couple of my friends back home, and we've had that group chat for a couple, 2-3 years now. But now I can still be in touch with all of them and stuff instead of it just being a phone call. So I can't imagine how hard it was on drivers years ago. Before cell phones were commonplace, before technology is advanced as far as it is now. Like, it's tough on you and I, but for them it was probably even tougher.
Yeah,
because they were gone probably for a longer period of time. They were, just, I don't know. The industry, I feel, has changed quite a bit because of technology.
Right.
Like another part, electronic logs versus paper logs, that's changed a lot of what you can and can't do.
Right. Anyway. You got anything else to add? Anything that you want to give advice on for your first 30 days?
I mean, for people that are considering this line of work or like wanting a change, like depending on what you've done, like I said, 14 years in a fast food life for me, and this was probably the biggest polar opposite from that I could have gone to, really. Outside of maybe like going to the military or something like that, like.
Right.
Don't let it scare you. Don't be afraid of like that change. The things that we talk about in our videos, like some of this stuff is tough and everything, but like I said, the technology makes it easier. You do get to go home. I think this being out here can be very rewarding. It can help you grow quite a bit as a person. And like I said, the money is really good. If you're in a tight financial situation and you're afraid of being away or something like that, or you don't think your skills can match up, like, try it, like, give it a shot. Go out there and, say you go to school and, you're there and you're scared of going to school. Like, I was trepidatious when I first went, but then, like, after the first 2 weeks of being out there, I was like, I think I can do this. And then now, I've been out here a month on this truck driving, making good money, like for the first time in my life, really getting ahead.
Yeah.
And it's been great. It really has. like I said, pros and cons, but overall, I think it's been a really good experience and really nice. I see it. I seen it.
I seen it. All right. So as always, stay safe, stay fit. We'll talk to you next time.